Good morning students. Welcome back to online class. History part. Unit 6 is revising. Okay, Unit 6 2 marks as well as first question. Yes, first question over. Okay, so what is the name of the lesson in the sense? Early revolts against British rule in Tamil Nadu. Okay, Unit 6 early revolts against British rule in Tamil Nadu. So already the first essay, I had completed. Okay, today I am going to revise about second and third question alone. Okay, so next lesson, next video I will play that. Okay, so second question, what is that in the sense? Highlight the tragic fall of Sivagangai and its outcome. Sivagangai is the name of the place. Okay, so how it fall and its outcome, what was the result of that, everything we are going to learn under this answer. Okay, so in your book, page number 68, you can take it, children. 68, page number 68. In that 68, what is given in the sense under that fall of Sivagangai para as well as Carnatic Treaty 1801. Under these two para, answers are there. Okay, so this question answer is there, children. Okay, so in May month, okay, 1801 is English people in the sense British people. Okay, the Britishers, what they did in the sense, they were attacked. Okay, they were attacked the rebels, attacked the Indian sepoys, Indian soldiers in Tanjavur. Yes, in Tanjavur as well as Tiruchirappalli. Okay, Tiruchirappalli, Tanjavur, Tanjore as well as Trichy. Okay, so the rebels, what they did in the sense, they went to Piranmalai and Kalayar Koil. Okay, so when they were attacked, when the English people attacked these rebels, they were escaped and they moved to Piranmalai as well as Kalayar Koil. So the rebels, were again, they were defeated by the forces of British. Okay, they were again defeated. Okay, again, they were reached, the English people reached into Piranmalai as well as Kalayar Koil. In that time, who got a success in the sense? English people, the British officers got a success. At the same time, the rebels, they got a failure, like that it is given, children. Okay, in the end, in the end of the rebel in the year 1801, what happened in the sense, the superior military strength and the able commanders of the English army prevailed. What is mean by prevailed in the sense? They got a success. So at the end of the revolt, who got a success? The English officers, the English army, got a success, like that it is given. The rebellion failed. Okay, the rebellion failed and Sivagangai was annexed in the year. Sivagangai is the name of the place, okay, which was under the control of the Palayakaras. Okay, so it was annexed it was captured by the English officers in the year 1801. Okay, so the Marudu brothers, who are the Marudu brothers in the sense? You know very well, Chinna Marudu and Periya Marudu. Yes, Chinna Marudu as well as Periya Marudu, the both of them. Okay, both of them were executed. What is mean by executed? They were murdered. Okay, Chinna Marudu as well as Periya Marudu was murdered. Otherwise, they were executed in the fort of Tirupattur near Ramanathapuram. Yes, so when it was happened on October 24th, 1801. Okay, so moreover, Kattavamman's brother, okay, Kattavamman's brothers, Umaithurai as well as Sevathaiya, these both of them also, they were captured by the British officers and they were beheaded in the sense they were their heads and all cut down. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, beheaded at Panjalam Kurichi on 16th November 1801. Okay, so initial stage, what I said in the sense, what I said to children, just before the Marudu brothers were executed, like that I said, is it the Periya Marudu as well as Chinna Marudu, both of them were murdered. And the next, what was the scene in the sense? Kattavamman's brothers. Okay, Umaithurai as well as Sevathaiya also were captured as well as they were beheaded at Panjalam Kurichi. Panjalam Kurichi is Panjalam Kurichi Palayakarar, who in the sense Kattavamman. You people knows very well, 1799 itself, he was hanged in a tamarind tree, like that in the last class I told, is it? So his brothers, Umaithurai as well as Sevathaiya also beheaded on 16th November, 1801. Yes, how many rebels were exiled? 73 rebels. 73 rebels were sent out. Okay, so they were sent out from here to where? Penang. Yes, Penang is the name of the place. It is located in Malaya. Okay, so Penang. Okay, so exiled in the sense, what is the meaning? Send out. Okay, they were sent out from here to Penang in Malaya. Okay, so how many of them? 73 rebels. Okay, so though the Palayakaras, they were fell into they got a defeat, is it? They fell to the English. Their exploits and sacrifices inspired the later generations. We people came to know. So these are the things that all happened. So they fought for the freedom of our country. Yes. So against the British rule, like that, we heard the information. Okay, we are getting the information from the folk songs of ballads. Okay, so thus the rebellion of so inspired the later generations. Thus the rebellion of Mardu brothers, which is called as the South Indian rebellion, is a landmark. Okay, so their rebellion, how it was described, how it was referred in the sense, South Indian rebellion. South Indian rebellion. It's a landmark event in the history of Tamil Nadu. So South Indian rebellion, which year in the sense 1801. Yes, 1801 is. That's the thing. The next para, what is given in the sense? Carnatic Treaty. Under the Carnatic Treaty, what are the things are given? Yes, Carnatic Treaty, which year it was signed in the sense, 1801. Yes, 1801. The Palayakaras were suppressed, from 1799 itself. 1799 itself, Kattabomman was died. Kattabomman was murdered. Is it? He was hanged in that tamarind tree. And then 1800 to 1801, it was a result in the liquidation of all the local chieftains of Tamil Nadu. So under the terms of the Carnatic Treaty in the year 1901, the British people assumed direct control over. So the British people, by the treaty of which treaty? Carnatic Treaty, they got a direct control. They got a right to rule over Tamilagam, as well as, and the Palayakara system came to an end with the administration of, with the demolition in the sense destruction, decay, destroyed. Okay, that's the meaning. Demolition of all forts and disbandment of their army. What is mean by disbandment? Breaking. Disbandment, what is the meaning? Breaking. Okay, so by the destruction of all forts as well as breaking of their army, the Palayakarar system came to an end, like that it is given. Okay, the Palayakarar system came to an end by the treaty of Carnatic Treaty, which was signed in the year 1801. So these are the things are given under this answer, under this question, fall of Sivagangai, how it fall. Okay, Sivagangai. Okay, Sivagangai is the place of Palayakaras. Okay, so English people attacked. Okay, so the rebels, they were escaped to Piranmalai as well as Kalayar Koil. So again, they were defeated by, there also they were defeated. The Palayakaras were defeated by the English forces, like that it is given. In the end of the revolt, who got a success in the sense? The British people, the British officers, the British army got a success. The rebellion was a failure one. So in the Sivagangai was annexed in the year 1801, like that I said. Moreover, after the completion of the revolt, the Mardu brothers in the sense Chinna Mardu as well as Periya Mardu. So both brothers were executed in the sense murdered. Okay, so murdered in the year 1801. Yes, 1801, they were murdered, as well as Kattabomman's brothers, Umaiturai and Sevathaya also were captured and beheaded at Panchalamkuruchi, like that I said. Is it? Moreover, 73 rebels were sent out from here to Penang, where it is in the sense it is located in Malaya. Okay, so though the Palayakaras, they suffered, they got a defeat. Okay, so it was a lesson. It was inspired by the later generation, like that it is given. This rebellion of Mardu brothers, otherwise called as South Indian rebellion. Okay, so then which year it was? Carnatic Treaty was signed in the sense 1801. Carnatic Treaty was signed. Under the terms of the Carnatic Treaty, the British people, they got a right to rule over Tamilagam, as well as, yes, totally they were destructed the army of Palayakaras, as well as the Palayakarar system also was distracted by the British officers. Okay, so these are the things are given under this question. Okay, then third question, what is that in the sense, children? Account for the outbreak of Vellore revolt. As per the guide, only 2 paras are given, children. As per that only I am going to explain. Okay, account for the outbreak of Vellore revolt. So Vellore revolt, which year it was broke out? 1806. Just before only I told 1801, they were stopped everything. Palayakara system stopped, as well as they were their army also totally, it was destroyed, dismantled. Is it like that? I said. Now I am going to explain about the that within 4 years next revolt, within 5 years next revolt started in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so that was the famous revolt which was known as Vellore revolt in the year 1806. Okay, yes, so in here what are the things are given in the sense in your book page number 69. Yes, 69 it is given, children. You can check it, children. Okay, under that 6.3 it is given. Under that Vellore revolt 1806 it is given. Okay, 10 or 12 lines you can leave it. Okay, the next line onwards you can check it, children. The British people charged the British government. Okay, there was British officers, charged the Nawab of Arcot with disloyalty. Okay, so you have no loyal with us like that, they were charged. Okay, and forced a treaty on him. So the Nawab of Arcot, he signed the treaty in the year 1801 because of the compulsion of the British people. Okay, so the British people, what they were telling in the sense with the Nawab of Arcot, you have no loyalty with us. That's what, they were compelled him to sign a treaty. Yes, that was the treaty of 1801. Okay, so as per this treaty, yes, the Nawab, has to give seed in the sense he has to give up. Okay, so what are the districts he has to give up to the English people, Yes, North Arcot. Okay, North Arcot, South Arcot, Tiruchirappalli, Madurai and Tirunelveli. So these are the areas, who got it in the sense the company people got it. Okay, the company people. Company in the sense which company? British company. Okay, the Britishers, they got it, and moreover they were transferred all the administrative powers to the British. Okay, so as per this 1801 treaty, the Nawab of Arcot has to give up the districts of North Arcot, South Arcot, Tiruchirappalli as well as Madurai and Tirunelveli, okay, to the company, to the British company, as well as the powers. What power in the sense? Administrative powers also transferred to the British. Okay, so this much only it is given, children. The next point, what is given in the sense? The next under that A part. Under that A part, what is given? B part, what is given? Yes, so this much only this answer of this question. Okay, so grievances. What are the grievances of the Indian soldiers? So just before I explain, that one you have to write in the introduction area. Okay, so the next one under the side heading, you have to write under the side heading in the sense under the grievances of Indian soldiers, you have to write. What are the things you have to write, Here that this onwards you people have to write, children. The dispossessed little kings, the feudal chieftains continued to deliberate. What does mean by deliberate? Deliberate in the sense intentionally. Yes, purposely they have the plan to against the company government. Company government in the sense British government. They had some plan. Okay, the little kings as well as feudal chieftains, they were paying the revenue to the British government. So in order to escape from paying the revenue to the British government, they had a plan to be against the British government. Okay, so that's the point. The next one, outcome, what is that in the sense? The out result, what is that? What was that in the sense? Vellore revolt. Yes, Vellore revolt. Yes, in the year, which year it was broke out in the sense? 1806 it was broke out. Okay, children. So what was the main aim of this revolt? Okay, revolt of 1806. What was the main revolt, main aim of that in the sense? last ditch fight, the British fight existed on the eve of the revolt. What is the meaning in the sense? Need to remove the British rule. So main objective, what is that in the sense? Need to remove the British rule from India. Yes, from India. That was the main aim of the revolt of 1806, otherwise called as Vellore Revolt. The sepoys in the British Indian Navy nursed a strong sense of resentment. Yes. So what is the meaning? The Indian soldiers, they had a grievances. What are the grievances? In the sense, குறைகள். Okay, so what are the grievances in the sense? They used to get low salary. Okay, so because of getting low salary as well as no promotion was there. No promotion as well as no low salary. Moreover, English army officers, they were not at all giving the respect to the religious as well as social sentiments of the Indian sepoys. Okay, this was the another problem. Yes, one is low salary they were getting. Second one is poor, there was no promotion. Okay, moreover, third thing is English army soldiers, they were not at all respecting the social and religious sentiments of the Indian sepoys. So this also angered them. Okay, So moreover, majority of the sepoys, they came from the the peasant family. Peasants in the sense, what is that? Peasant in the sense farmers. Okay, farming community. From the farming community only, majority of the sepoys, they were joined in the Indian army. Okay, so in the British Indian army. So they had been recruited, in the sense appointed, also bothered them much. Okay, those people also bothered, in the sense of bothered, what is the meaning? Disturbed. Okay, disturbed them much. Bothered them, in the sense, what is the meaning? Disturbed them. Okay, yes. Then with the new experiments in land tenure causing in 1805, many of the sepoys families, so 1805, the new experiments, the British officers, they were followed the new land tenures, new revenue tax system they were followed. Because of that also, sepoys families, they were in dire. Yes, they were suffered. They were dire in the sense it's very urgent or extreme. Okay, very urgent or extreme situation, extreme economic problem. Okay, so that's what, they were suffered a lot. The sons also suffered, as well as peasants families also suffered, as well as sepoys also. Majority of the sepoys, they came from the peasant family, like that I said, is it? So they were suffered a lot, the most. They were waited for the suitable situation, opportunity. Yes, come with the sons of Tipu. Okay, Tipu and the family members, they were interned in Vellore Fort. Interned in the sense, they were confined as a prisoner. Tipu and his son, as well as their family members also, confined as a prisoner. Okay, so the trigger in the sense, a small device. Okay, so what was the device in the sense? The trigger for the revolt came in the form of new military regulation, which was introduced by the Commander-in-Chief, Sir John Cradock. So this person, Sir John Cradock, he introduced the military regulations, new military regulations. This was one of the reasons for the outbreak of the Vellore Revolt of 1806. Okay. Yes, the first point I told, because of the low salary, there was no promotion. The British officers, they were not at all giving the respect to the religious as well as social sentiments of the Indian sepoys. Okay, so these are the problems were going on. Moreover, that majority of the Sipais, they came from the peasants family. Yes, the new techniques, the new land revenue systems were introduced. So because of that, the Sipais as well as the family members, peasants families also, they were suffered a lot this time. This person, Sir John Craddock, he introduced the new military regulation. Okay, so it was disturbed by the Indian soldiers. According to the new regulations, the Indian soldiers were asked not to wear the caste marks, not to wear the caste marks. What was the what is mean by caste marks? In the sense, some people used to keep the so this type of the symbol on their forehead. Is it? So some people, they used to keep namam. Yes, this one namam. Okay, so this type of the this type of the the religious symbols, caste marks and all, they used to keep it on their forehead. This was this was the problem. What he was telling John Craddock, not to keep any caste marks or religious marks on their forehead, as well as earrings also they should not wear when in uniform. So such a regulations he brought. They were, yes, so they were yes, they were be cleanly shaven on the chin and maintain uniformity. Yes, what is given, they were clearly they have to their chin should be clear like that, shaven. Okay, and maintain uniformity about how their mustach looked. Okay, everybody's mustach should be in the same level, same size, such a way he informed. Moreover, the new turban, yes, so they used to keep it on their head, so the new turban added a fuel to fire, added a fuel, yes, added a fuel to the fire. The most objectionable addition was the leather cockade. Yes, so in the turban, they used to keep the leather cockade. It was made up of animal skin. Yes, so this was the main reason for the again for the what is that is Vellore revolt. So the Sipais gave enough warning they had given by refusing to wear the new turban, but the company administration did not take action against that. Okay, they did not mind even. Okay, so this was the reason. So outbreak of the revolt. So these are the grievances of the Indian soldiers. The next, what is given, outbreak of the revolt. Yes, so this much only, children. On 10th July, yes, 10th July 1806, very important, children, listen carefully. On 10th July 1806, the early hours, guns were booming. What does mean by booming? Flourishing. Yes, flourishing. And the Indian sepoys of the 1st and 23rd Battalion regiments raised their standards of the revolt. So who started the revolt in the sense 1st as well as 23rd Regiment sepoys, they were started the revolt. Colonel Fancourt, this person was commanded the garrison. He was the first victim. Okay, he lost his life. Okay, so that's the thing. Colonel Macarus, second person, Colonel Macarus, he belongs to the 23rd Regiment. He was killed next. Okay, yes, so Colonel Fancourt was killed by the soldiers, Indian soldiers. Then Colonel Macarus of the 23rd Regiment also was killed. Major Armstrong, so this person, he passed the fort, heard the when he was moving here and there in the fort, he heard the sound of firing. So that time when he stopped to inquire, he was showered with bullets. Okay, about a dozen of other officers were killed within an hour or so. Okay, so within an hour, dozen of officers were killed. Okay, so among them who are the popular, the lieutenant, in the sense Lieutenant Ellie and Lieutenant Popcam. Yes, Popcam is the name of the person. Okay, but Lieutenant Yelly as well as Lieutenant Popcam. So this both people, belonged to his Majesty's Battalion. What does mean by Majesty's Battalion in the sense? British King's officers. British King's officers. What does mean by Majesty's Battalion in the sense? British King's officers. These both people also, they were lost his life. So this much enough, children. Yes, so this much only is I made you to mark in the classes. That much I gave the revision. Okay, so under the outbreak of the Vellore revolt in the year 1806, these are the points it should be in your exam paper. Okay, children. Yes, in the next class, so I will revise the 2 marks alone. 2 marks alone in one day, 2 essays alone in one day. Likewise only I am going to explain hereafter. Okay, so next day we can meet, that with unit 7. Okay, anti-colonial movements and the British birth of nationalism. Not British, birth of nationalism. So easy lesson only. Okay, this lesson also easy only, children. Okay, yes. Thank you, children.